The prophecy of the popes is a series of 112 short, cryptic phrases in Latin which purport to predict the Catholic popes, along with a few antipopes. Saint Malachy is known today for a set of prophecies, purportedly written by him in 1139, concerning the future line of popes. Saint Malachy was an Irish bishop who lived in the 12th century. By far the more famous of his prophecies concerns the sequence of popes. The real Malachy was an Irish saint who lived from 1094 to 1148. His alleged prophecies, however, were not discovered until around 1590. The legend goes that Malachy experienced a vision in which he was given insight into popes past, present, and future, and that he recorded this vision as a series of cryptic verses. The prophecies were quite accurate up to about 1590, conveniently the point at which they were found, but then became rather vague, lending credence to the theory that they are a 16th century forgery. The prophecy consists of 112 short Latin descriptions of future popes. The prophecies were discovered in 1590 and attributed to Malachy. Each description indicates one identifying trait for each future pope, beginning with Celestine II, who was elected in 1130. In some instances, the descriptions hit home in an uncanny way. They have led to centuries of speculation that the prophecy might be a real one. For instance, the description of the future John XXI, 1316 to 1334, is Uda Sutore Osseo, from the bony shoemaker. This pope was the son of a shoemaker, and his family name was Ossa, which means bone. In another example, Lilium et Rosa was the phrase used to describe the pope who would be Urban VIII, 1623 to 1644, whose family coat of arms was covered with lilies and roses. Malachy's prophecy has been cast into doubt by the fact that the descriptions become vague from the 16th century on, about the time the prophecy was discovered in the Roman archives. But there have been a few good matches in modern times. The phrase "de pastor et nauta," meaning shepherd and sailor, was attributed to John XXIII. This pope hailed from Venice, historically a city of sailors, and on the day he took office he indicated the goal of his pontificate was to be a good shepherd. There have been many more misses, though. Describing the popes to follow John XXIII are the phrases "flower of flowers," Paul VI, "from a half-moon," John Paul I, and "from the toil of the sun," John Paul II, none of which is an obvious connection. After our current pope, there are only two left in Malachy's prophecy, the glory of the olive and Peter the Roman. The latter will supposedly lead the church through many tribulations, concluding with the last judgment. No sooner did our new pontiff announce his name as Francis than some prophecy experts took to the airwaves, claiming that the new pope is Peter the Roman, the fulfillment of the prophecy of Saint Malachy that this will be the final pope and the end of the world. Despite the new pope being an Argentine cardinal who chose Francis as his papal name, doomsday believers have tried to salvage the prophecy by arguing that Jorge Mario Bergoglio has Peter somewhere in his birth name and that Pope Francis really is a Roman, since his parents are Italian immigrants who moved to Argentina. Is Malachy's prophecy legitimate? Probably not. The consensus among modern scholars is that it is a 16th century forgery created for partisan political reasons. The fact is that Malachy is a Catholic saint, so some Catholics attribute magical or spiritual qualities to either vision. What they don't tend to grasp is that more than likely, the entire thing is a forgery. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.